Good morning, everyone. I am so happy to see you again. Our house is going to turn 200 years old next year, so we decided to celebrate early by having the floor in our entrance hall redone. The contractor is here prepping the hall right now, so if you hear some booms and bops and bangs and whatnot, you'll know what that's all about. And while the contractor is working on the entrance hall, you and I can try to tackle some household projects. I have a list right here. We need to harvest the chive blossoms and turn them into chive blossom vinegar. I want to iron about 1 million dinner napkins, polish the silverware, polish my silver teapot, oil the cutting boards and spurtles. And for dinner tonight, we are going to make chicken tinga tostadas. I think they will be delicious. And for the chicken tostadas, I will need 1 onion, which I'm going to peel and cut in half. Half of this onion will cook along with the chicken. And the other half, simply going to cut into half moons. I'm going to cook the chicken in my Instant Pot. You could do this on the stove top, but I have an Instant Pot and it's very fast. I do want my trivet. Can add the chicken. One cup of water. A nice pinch of salt, some pepper, and the onion, the half of the onion. And the chicken will cook to shreddable perfection in only about 8 minutes on high pressure. We can put the onions aside until we need them. And then we can head out to the garden to fetch the chive blossoms. Chive blossoms have a deliciously mild onion perfume. To make chive blossom vinegar, I simply tuck the blossoms into a jar and then cover them with either white wine vinegar or champagne vinegar. Then I stash the jar in a dark cupboard. In 2 to 3 weeks, the vinegar will extract the onion flavor and turn a beautiful shade of purple. At that point, I strain the vinegar and then use it in salad dressings. I use walrus oil to preserve all of my wooden cutting boards and my spurtles. Contrary to the name, no walruses were harmed in the making of walrus oil. It's a food-grade product that's made from coconut oil, beeswax, pure mineral oil, and vitamin E. In addition to cutting boards and spurtles, I also use the oil to preserve and protect my antique furniture. I can link walrus oil in the description below if you are interested. I have a friend who makes these cutting boards, and I can put a link to his website if you are interested. I'm not making any money off of this. He's a really nice guy, he's really talented, and I like to help him out. He does great work. And we can let all of these boards and spurtles dry in the sunshine. We came in from the herb garden just in time because our chicken is fully cooked. I just have to release the pressure. Now I can transfer the chicken and the half of the onion to a plate. The chicken needs to cool before I shred it. This onion will be included in the sauce we make for the chicken tinga tostadas. I also want to save some of this liquid for the sauce. The recipe I'm somewhat following calls for chicken bouillon cube. This is actual chicken stock. It's even better than bouillon. While the chicken is cooling, we can go tackle those dinner napkins. We have dinner parties coming up, so I want to make sure all of my napkins are in good shape. I want my napkins ironed and my silverware polished. And I honestly do not mind ironing, especially dinner napkins. They are very easy to iron. I have 4 of these very cool blue and white napkins that one of you sent to me. And I really love them and I appreciate them. So thank you again. Someone recently left a comment on this channel asking if I would show how to make various napkin folds. And I think that would be a fun video to film. We can make little napkin crowns and whatnot. Prince of Wales feathers, I think they're called. In the comments, let me know if you enjoy ironing. I find the job is pleasantly meditative. Lastly, I have some cocktail napkins to iron. And speaking of cocktails, in the next episode, I'm going to host a little drinks and nibbles or cocktail party. And I think the party will feature a seasonal drink and some seasonal appetizers. and I hope you will watch. I think we will have a good time. And now that the napkins are all ironed, we can get cracking on the silver. I have my silver cream here. And we shall start with the dinner forks. Now this is sterling silver that my spouse and I found at an antique shop in Lenox, Massachusetts many years ago. We got a very good price on it. And we have enjoyed the silverware ever since. It is going to be very noisy in this house for several days because that entrance hall will take several days to refinish. But I'm so glad the work is finally being done. I've waited a long time to have the floor refinished. We are also refinishing the floor in the parlor. And that I'm especially looking forward to. We do a lot of entertaining in the parlor. Well, you've seen the videos. In the wintertime, I light a fire in that room, and then we have our drinks and nibbles parties. Or we just light a fire, have tea, and read. And Michael, who is working on the floors, is dealing with wood that is, well, this house will be 200 years old next year. So the wood is probably 300 years old, maybe even 400 years old, because those trees had to grow in order to produce the wood for the floors. But I do think this house is very happy that it has people living here who love the house and try to take good care of it. I certainly did not grow up in a house like this, so I feel very blessed to be able to live here. If you're ever having a rough day, try ironing napkins or polishing silver. It's a zen, both activities can be zen-like. I find them very calming to do. And just like that, the silverware is polished. I'm not going to polish the knives because they are in very good shape. So now I need to bring the dinner forks and the dessert forks and the teaspoons and the soup spoons to the kitchen sink so I can rinse them in very hot water. I changed my mind. I am going to polish these knives. I only need to polish the handles of the knives. The handles are sterling silver, but the knife blades are stainless steel. It's very typical of a sterling silverware set. And if you are looking for sterling or silver plate, knives, spoons, forks, and whatnot, good place to shop is at auctions. And if you don't have an auction house near you, you can always find online auctions. These tub chairs over here from an online auction in New Orleans, and the chairs are from 1825, which means the chairs are 1 year older than this house. I'm going to rinse everything in hot water, put everything back in the silverware box, and then we will move on to the next project. I almost forgot. I still need to polish my teapot. If you were not with me when I got this teapot, it is Sheffield silver from 1901, and I love everything about it. I love its Grecian design. I love that it keeps the tea very hot and that it polishes up beautifully. And I do use this teapot almost every day. And just as I did with the silverware, I need to wash the teapot. And then we will see how shiny everything has become. And now that the silverware and that silver teapot are cleaned and polished, I'm going to clean up my dining table here, and then we can head out to bring in the cutting boards. Boy, these boards are nice and warm from being in the sunshine, and they weigh a ton. You go over here. You go down here, and you go down here. Now we can shred the chicken for our tostadas. My chicken is shredded. I have the onion that was cooked along with the chicken in the Instant Pot. I have my chicken stock, salt, pepper, cilantro from the garden, and San Marzano tomatoes from last summer's garden. You and I froze these tomatoes together last, I think, September or October. And I need 3, or maybe, these are solidly frozen. And because these San Marzanos are solidly frozen, I'm going to pop them into a bowl of warm water just for a few minutes to let them thaw. And you guys can go back to the freezer. The San Marzanos are now thawed enough that I can cut off the green tips, the stems, I mean. And then we can throw the tomatoes and the onion, which I'm going to cut just a little here, goes right into the blender, along with a squirt of garlic paste, some cilantro from the garden that I will roughly chop, a small splash of the chicken stock that we reserved. We can always add more later if the sauce is too thick. I need a pinch of salt, grinds of black pepper, and some chipotle peppers that are packed in adobo sauce. I'm not going to use this entire can because chipotles can be very hot. I think we'll start with 2. certainly smells wonderful. Taste for salt and heat. This is awesome. I think I could add one more chipotle chili pepper. Lizette is here. She said, one more chipotle and more garlic. And she thinks I am very brave to be adding this much chipotle. You know me, I like to live dangerously. Fresh spoons for you. I love it.
Me too.
Yeah. We hit the jackpot. It's a little thick, so I'm going to add more of the chicken stock. Lizette just commented that the San Marzano tomatoes are so fresh tasting. Here we are. How does that look to you?
That looks great.
I think so too. Now I need to saute up the other half of the onion that we sliced into half moons. Add the sauce and the chicken. A little oil. This is avocado oil. I'm going to saute this onion just until it becomes soft. And now that the onions have softened, we can add the sauce. Stir this about. And the chicken. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of this chicken. Yes, I think I will use all of it. This smells just exquisite. And all I'm looking to do here is to warm the chicken through. And of course to heat up the sauce. Well, this looks like a whole party in a frying pan. While the chicken and the sauce are heating, I'm going to run out to the herb garden to fetch more cilantro and some lettuce. I want to cut this lettuce, this romaine lettuce, into thin strips. It's great fun to shop for lettuce and cilantro in your own garden. And there's our lettuce. And then I can roughly chop this cilantro. And now I think it's time to assemble the tostadas. To assemble the chicken tinga tostadas, I need tostadas, sour cream, should I spread out the sour cream? I think I won't spread out the sour cream. There's really no need to. I think I made enough chicken tinga tostadas to feed a small army. Lettuce or lechuga. Oh, it looks pretty. The final touch is queso fresco, which happens to be one of my favorite cheeses. It's salty and crumbly, wonderful. I can't wait to tuck into one of these. And this one is for Lisette. We're actually going to have our meal outside in the herb garden, but we do want to taste these tostadas for you. This is just incredible, my friends. And Lisette, who is Mexican, says that these are authentic, or at least close to authentic. Lisette, what do you think of these tostadas?
Amazing, amazing, amazing tostadas.
Thank you, and thank you for your help. So as you've just seen, these tostadas are very easy to make. They are a little messy to eat, I will admit, but so delicious. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And I just want to make sure we accomplished everything that was on my list. We harvested the chive blossoms. We made chive blossom vinegar. We ironed 1,000,000 napkins. We polished the silverware and the teapot. We oiled the cutting boards and the spurtles. And we made these magnificent chicken tinga tostadas for a late lunch or early dinner. If you enjoyed today's video, I hope you will give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe, and please post a comment, because I always love hearing from you. As I mentioned earlier, in the next video, we are going to do a small cocktail party that features seasonal appetizers and a seasonal cocktail. And until then, please take good care of yourself, and I can't wait to see you again. Bye for now, friends.